Imagine a tribe as old as humanity itself. In southern Africa live the Bushmen, descendants of our earliest ancestors. For generations untold, they have passed down a heritage rich in art, music, and culture. Join us as we rediscover this community, the oldest lineage on Earth. We'll uncover their way of life and talents honed since the dawn of humankind. So stick around and watch this video till the end to discover what secrets these elders hold about our deepest origins and common bonds as people. Let's rewind to way back in the early days of human history. Imagine people living in small groups, hunting and gathering, using all their skills and senses to survive. Now, as these groups expanded, they bumped into other groups. What happened next? Boom! Collaborations, trade, and a big exchange of ideas. But wait, there's more. These folks started having fancier ceremonies, showing off their unique traditions. And guess what happened when they moved to new places? They didn't just pack their bags. They adapted, creating their own languages, customs, and ways of life. Fast forward a bit and human groups are like chameleons, changing and evolving based on their experiences, interactions, and the places they live. This mix of interactions and environments laid the groundwork for civilizations and, the awesome diversity of cultures we have today. Now, let me drop a cool fact bomb. Some of the oldest tribes in the world, chilling in South Africa, might be direct descendants of those original human communities. How cool is that? They've got the genetic and linguistic futures to prove it. Now, let's talk about these incredible tribes. The Khoisan, which includes the San, are among the world's oldest peoples and have a fascinating culture that dates back thousands of years. They originated from southern Africa and have preserved their native languages and traditions for millennia. But here's the fascinating part. The Khoisan people hunt, gather, and depend on natural resources for their livelihood. But that's not all. They have a close relationship with the land and a link to the first Homo sapiens in Africa. Their distinctive click languages and their spiritual beliefs all influence their culture. Among the most ancient people in southern Africa, the San are also referred to as Bushmen and Basarwa. They inhabited Botswana, Namibia, Angola, South Africa, and Zimbabwe, among other countries. They have a distinctive hunter-gatherer lifestyle, making use of their in-depth knowledge of the natural world and its inhabitants to survive in hostile settings. The San people are informal leaders who live in tiny family groupings or bands with strong links to the community. Within these communities, respected people who provide input and decisions are often determined by consensus. So, it's no surprise that numerous facets of the Khoisan people's traditional way of life are still present in their rich and diverse culture. How exactly do the Khoisan people communicate? Let's take a journey into the enchanting world of the Khoisan people and their extraordinary click languages. Imagine, in the vast landscapes of southern Africa, these ancient folks communicating with sounds that click together like a secret code passed down through generations. Now, here's the cool part. Producing these click noises involves a bit of lip gymnastics. Let's say you apply pressure to your lips and release it, creating unique click sounds that are the signature tunes of Khoisan languages. It's like nature itself is talking. But hold on, it gets even wilder. The Khoisan languages throw in ejectives, implosives, and fricatives, fancy linguistic terms for sounds that add layers of depth and sophistication. It's like their language is a rich field where the sound or tone of a word can shape its meaning, making it a linguistic masterpiece. Now, Here's the twist. These click noises didn't just stay in Khoisan territory. They traveled, influencing neighboring languages like Bantu. It's like the Khoisan people sharing their linguistic magic, creating connections and shaping the very essence of their culture. Another important part of the Khoisan people is their hunter-gatherer lifestyle. What is it like? Archery and collecting with bows and arrows is a long-standing tradition for both the Khoisan and San people. For decades, they have lived in harmony with their surroundings and have learned how to responsibly manage their natural resources. Now, here is the cool part. The Khoisan people consume a broad range of foods that provide them with various nutrients, such as fruits, nuts, roots, and deer. They are very knowledgeable about the outdoor environment. They know where animals reside, how they act, and when resources are accessible. Even more fascinating is how they transmit these survival techniques across generations. As for their mode of survival, the Khoisan people used to live in tiny groups according to the availability of resources. They often relocated to makeshift camps when supplies ran out. They also adapted to working together, sharing resources, and making important decisions by reaching agreements. Another important part of the Khoisan people's lifestyle is their spiritual belief. They have a deep connection to the spiritual world, with a complex belief system about ghosts and relatives. Yes, you heard that right. They practice rituals, ceremonies, and trance dances to communicate with these beings and seek help. Even more surprising is their belief in animism, which suggests everything has a divine energy or life force. But hold on, it gets even wilder. Honoring ancestors is a significant aspect of their spiritual beliefs because they believe ancestors live on in the afterlife and can impact those still alive. Usually, rituals, celebrations, and gifts serve as bridges between the real world and the spiritual world. That's not all. They also believe in shamanism, an essential part of Khoisan spiritual traditions where shamans communicate with the spirit world during trance-like states. Weird, right? They believe certain places in nature are holy and often linked to spirits. So they engage in various events and customs such as healing rituals, rites of passage, and entrance events. Now check this out. To the Khoisan people, oral custom is the primary method of passing down Khoisan spiritual views and information from one generation to the next. So here is the big question. What is this oral custom? The Khoisan people have a rich oral heritage, which involves telling stories and singing songs to pass on their history, myths, and traditional knowledge. How? These oral customs are passed down through stories, songs, chants, and poems and are used to inform, entertain, support societal norms, give people a sense of identity and connection, and teach moral and social values. The Khoisan people rely on stories told by elders to pass down historical information and family history, making sure their past is known and honored. And here is the cool part. Oral custom allows the Khoisan society to be flexible and adaptable, as it allows for the modification of stories to fit different groups, situations, or settings. This custom is a crucial part of the Khoisan people's traditional identity, providing a strong sense of identity and a link to their roots. It helps them remember and understand their history as a group. Stories teach various things such as survival, medicine making, hunting, and environmental care, ensuring useful information is passed down from one generation to the next. Another part of the Khoisan people's custom passed down through generations is their art and craftsmanship. The Khoisan people are renowned for their artistic skills and skill in creating various forms of art. They paint and carve intricate designs on rocks, often depicting scenes from their daily lives, spiritual beliefs, or animals. They also create jewelry, pottery, and native clothes as part of their art. For instance, the Khoisan rock art found in southern Africa uses geometric patterns, animal tracks, and complex forms to convey spiritual and cultural meanings. These signs tell stories and convey messages within the context of their culture. Khoisan artists and craftspeople use natural materials like grass, plants, animal skins, wood, and stone to create baskets, pots, art, and tools. Their basketry is admired for its fine workmanship and intricate patterns, often used for both practical and artistic purposes. But that's not all. Did you know beadwork is a significant aspect of Khoisan art? They use glass beads, shells, and seeds to create intricate designs. Today, beadwork is worn by people during events and as a sign of their national identity. Khoisan craftsmen are also skilled at carving wood, creating beautiful masks, figures, walking sticks, and items used in ceremonies. They often carved animals, family figures, and mythical beings into these objects to demonstrate their spiritual connection to nature. These indigenous people not only work but also know how to enjoy themselves. They do this through music. Khoisan society is deeply rooted in music and dance, with instruments like drums, clapping sticks, reed flute, and the mouth bow playing a crucial role in their culture. They make use of these instruments in ceremonies, music, and stories to give their cultural traditions a unique feel. The unique rhythmic quality of their music is attributed to the use of click sounds in their languages. These traditions are passed down through generations, preserving traditional knowledge, history, and values. Khoisan music and dance are deeply connected to nature, with people reproducing animal sounds, natural patterns, and sounds from their surroundings. Polyphonic singing is another significant aspect of their music, combining various voice lines to create complex, hypnotic sounds. Dance is a powerful way for the Khoisan people to connect with their elders, enjoy themselves, and communicate with others in the community. Khoisan dance and music are often used in events and practices to heal people, bringing spiritual forces and peace to the community. Their music has significantly influenced other types of music, showcasing their importance in Southern Africa's culture. Body painting is another important aspect of Khoisan art. They often paint their body with natural colors, creating intricate patterns and designs. Another interesting part of the Khoisan culture is their open and fair social structure, where everyone has a say in events and there is no strict order. Power and influence are often based on skills, knowledge, and age, rather than official roles or birth traits. Elders hold significant respect and power, making important decisions and passing on cultural information to younger generations. Khoisan groups have a divided form of leadership, with leaders chosen based on their knowledge, charm, or problem-solving abilities. Equal rights for men and women are significant, with women involved in decision-making, resource management, and community management. Khoisan societies emphasize the importance of social ties, such as marriage, adoption, and social partnerships, and value small, close-knit groups. Older people often play important roles as keepers of culture and sources of knowledge. Think of all the different cultures we have now. They all come from the olden days when people started figuring things out. It's like streams joining to make a big river, and each one adds something to how people live and understand the world. We should be happy about our mix of backgrounds and be amazed by how clever and thoughtful people have been since they first started thinking in Africa. Our story goes way back to when humans were just starting out.